taking a ranger, homie, I ain't but fuck all these fakes. Independent truck, WI boy, so I don't know, you ain't know how to skate. Tendo with the nerve case in my backpack, for them taking a break. I just be running, ain't taking no breaks. I got the main fur mixed with snake. Running up, stacking up, all I know this ceiling can take. Dark marks with the shades on, war ready.
What's up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have another wrestling podcast for you guys. Well, this is going to be a wrestling talk edition for you guys. I'm Unstoppable Denominator. Over the phone, we have...
What's going on, guys? This is the first podcast / wrestling talk that I am going by my YouTube name, Petelogical. What's going on, guys? Petelogical here. Can't wait to see what you all think of our podcast here. So, as you guys know, I lost the bet with the Unstoppable Denominator. I am currently wearing the Gunther shirt that I have to wear as punishment for me losing the bet to the Unstoppable Denominator, and I am a man of my word, so I am serving the bet right now, and he will do photographic proof of me wearing the Career Killer shirt somewhere on the screen now.
And also, if you guys didn't know our bet, our prediction will be down the link down the description down below or up here as well. What was the score of our bet?
I think it was 2-1.
Yes.
Overall, I think we had the exact same record.
Well, actually, I think I had more wins than you did.
Yeah, because of our head-to-head. But it was somewhere. It wasn't much. I think it was 2-1 score. I think the only one I got over you was. I think it was Roman.
Yeah, Roman and CM Punk. I think
the only one I got was Roman. Roman and CM Punk.
Yeah, because the only reason why is because of damn coin toss. Because I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide who to go for. So
I am a man of my word. I'm serving it right now. However, we will be doing a live one next week, and on that, I will be wearing it again that week. And then after that, I can officially burn it.
Well, I wouldn't even burn it. I would keep it.
No, I'm burning it. I can't. No. Because this isn't even the one I wanted. I wanted the NXT one, but you said no. It has to be either the Career Killer one or tap out like a little Unstoppable.
Wait, hold on. What was the NXT one?
It was the red. It was red, but it had Ring General on it.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted that one. I would have kept that one. But you said, nah, it has to be the Career Killer. And I was like, okay, I am a man of my word, though.
Or else you would be cursed.
Yeah, I would be cursed. And then I would also lose a lot of support on YouTube, and I do not want that.
Right.
You can all subscribe to Petelogical on my YouTube page. I do I'm uploading a couple videos really shortly. I just have to do the drafts and everything, and after that I should have a couple up by next week. Yeah, so
links will be down in the description down below, everyone. We got some good, interesting topics we want to talk about here. First topic we are going to be talking about is...
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think of our very nice, very evil friend Danhausen?
Should I really express how I feel about him?
I mean, it's your topic. You wrote this topic down. What do you think of Danhausen?
Very evil, very nice, very idiot. Cursing. Okay, listen. Why I say he's an idiot is cursing OG El Grande Americano just because he wouldn't give him the mask. When you don't take the mask off a luchador.
Mm-hmm.
Then he cursed another person because I forgot what, and he wasn't doing whatever he wanted.
Okay.
I Show Speed. Oh, you gotta give me your YouTube channel. No. Why would you give him your YouTube channel? You're stupid, Danhausen. You are cursed.
You are cursed.
Oh no, I'm cursed. My camera cut out. What do I think of Danhausen? Well, Danhausen is an interesting character. I'm thinking I think he can be funny. Like, I'll give him credit. Like, overall, I'm not the biggest fan of Danhausen. But I think he funny because at WrestleMania and this past week on, I think it was Raw. No, it was SmackDown. He was on SmackDown. I thought he was funny at WrestleMania and on SmackDown. I think the whole bit with Kit Wilson and The Miz at WrestleMania had me dying of laughter. And all the mini Danhausens running into the ring, I thought all of that was genius. However, those were really the only moments that had me laughing. And to his credit, it is hitting me on board right now because I do think he got funny. I think he's funnier at WrestleMania and post WrestleMania than he was before WrestleMania at any point, because I think, like, You Are Cursed, it's funny, but it's also not. I think the funniest bit about his in-ring shtick he has is when the smoke grenade pops off and he's kind of like, and he's supposed to like
run away.
He's supposed to run away, but he waits until the smoke clears and then runs away. I think that's kind of funny.
I think it's stupid.
But that can only take you so far, and I honestly think Danhausen is, like, I don't know, he's entertaining, but I'm not sure if I would call him funny. However, I think he has his moments where he can be funny. I think he can be funny, but he's just, for whatever, I don't know if it's writing or creative, but he's just a clown he's just a clown, and I'm not really the biggest fan of clowns. So, I have a phobia of clowns. Yeah. But I do think he can be funny.
Thoughts on Danhausen? How do you feel about him cursing all those wrestlers?
So, I'm the type of person that loves stupid humor, okay? I love it. I'm the type of person, like, if something is viral, goes on that, hey, this person's an idiot, and everyone's, like, dunking on how stupid this person is, I'm the type of person that will laugh at it within reason. Obviously, not everything is funny, but like some are like so stupid that they're not funny. But for Danhausen, like, cursing everybody, I think it all depends on who the superstar is, and like who. Certain people can sell it right, and then other people don't. And I guess it all depends on who's getting cursed. I thought I'll give you an example. I think the stuff with Speed, when he cursed Speed, I thought all that was hilarious.
But the thing is, it didn't seem like he was being cursed, because if he was being cursed, he would have cost Logan Paul and Austin Theory the tag titles.
I know, but again, I think the whole thing about who's getting cursed, I think it all depends on who he's cursing. I also think there are moments where he kind of doesn't, for whatever reason, there are other kind of moments where I'm like, okay, this is not funny. What the fuck is this? But I do stand by what I said at the beginning. I think this guy can be funny. Few and far between for me.
Would you like to see Danhausen and Asuka as a group? Because our truth says Danhausen looks like Asuka. Asuka looks like Danhausen, according to our truth.
Well, our truth knows a lot more than me. I guess if it's good for our truth, it's good for me. Really, I don't know. I think both of them. I think Asuka is. Part of me thinks it could work, but another part of me, I'm like, I do think the idea of Danhausen as I don't know, would he even be the manager, or would he be tag partner? I don't know, but it's just part of me thinks that could work, but I'm not sure if it should be a thing in that gray area there.
Now, would you like to see our truth and Danhausen team up?
Not team up. I don't think they should team up. I do think they should have a promo together.
Right,
I do, because again, both of them can be funny, but I think in our truth Danhausen segment, just the idea of that just makes me laugh. I'm laughing right now just thinking of how awesome that would be, but I'm nervous because really hasn't been that funny up until recently. But our truth is absolutely, I don't think there was a single thing that R-Truth has done in the past number of years where I haven't belly laughed, because R-Truth's comedy, he is there are comedic wrestlers kind of feel forced, and then there are comedy wrestlers that are naturally funny, and R-Truth is one that's naturally funny. I think he is genuinely hilarious. Anything that he's done, I can't think of a single thing that he's done recently, aside from that weird one-off segment where he kind of went heel, but that was obviously not that type of promo. But strictly his comedy, I don't think there's been a single thing that I haven't laughed at from R-Truth. And I think he will be the type of person that will sell the cursing. I think if there's one guy in WWE that can sell that right, it's R-Truth. Because R-Truth could take it in many different avenues, and I do believe that could be gold.
Now, since we've seen our Danhausen accidentally curse the referee, imagine Danhausen accidentally cursed R-Truth.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Accidentally or intentionally, just the thought of R-Truth getting cursed and R-Truth going, "What the fuck was that? Who's getting curse?" I could just see the many different avenues in his head that he could take that,
right?
And all of it is comedic gold.
I'm cursed? What?
I'm cursed? Wait, was that Demon Finn? What the what? Or did Asuka just curse me? Or there's stuff like that I think R-Truth definitely could be naturally funny there. Overall, I just want something between them.
Same.
Whether WWE does that or not, that's gonna be something else entirely.
It'll be interesting to see what they will go. Yeah, we did see a couple of times where they came across each other already, so. Alright, well, let us know in the comments below how you guys feel about Danhausen, and how would you book him, and would you like to see him with R-Truth in promos and stuff? Let us know in the comments. Our next topic is our thoughts on the wrestling fan with Bayley, AJ, and now with CM Punk. How the fan wants an apology by CM Punk and a handshake.
Okay, so I want to preface this, first of all, that wrestlers are human beings.
Right.
Okay? I know they are larger than life figures. I know that many people we all look up to them. We're all wrestling fans. We all have our favorite wrestlers. And it's awesome when you see them on the street, they're just walking down the street. And if if you see one, you wave and say hi. Or if you're in a meet and greet, if they're doing a meet and greet, right? And if they come to your hometown, sure, go up to them, have a chat, take a picture, do all that fun stuff, right?
Yep.
All that stuff that we all want to do when we meet our favorite wrestlers. Some of them say, if you walk down the street, sure, just wave hi, we'll take a selfie. Others, and this is a vast majority of them, will say that they just want their privacy.
Yep, which I think that's right.
You have to, and at that point, you have a choice. You can either go about your day and respect their choices, or you could do what we're going to be talking about right now, which I don't have all the full details. All I'm going to preface is what I read online about the situation. But anyways, for those of you who have seen this surface around, a fan went to, I believe it was CM Punk and AJ Lee,
yep.
And put his arm around AJ Lee. Because he wanted to take a selfie with her. And AJ Lee felt uncomfortable. CM Punk slapped the phone out of his hand.
Actually, what I saw was that AJ Lee was hugging Bayley, and that's when the fan was recording, and Bayley knocked the phone, says, "Get out of here, dude."
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll have the editor throw it up in the for you guys.
We love you, Bally.
Sorry, man. Sorry, punk. Sorry, punk.
Man was literally.
Be sure to send that to me, like, after this, like, because I want to.
You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube, saying under TMZ Wrestling Fan. Because he sold it. He sold his video to TMZ.
Okay, hold on. TMZ Wrestling. Okay. Anyways, like, wrestling, like, wrestlers are people, and the moment where your actions interfere with somebody's, like, personal space, like, there's an issue with there. Bailey did tell the fan to back off, and I guess CM Punk knocked or something.
He literally knocked the phone out of the fan's hand.
The guy's hand. Yeah. Okay.
And the situation I heard is that AJ Lee is not great with a big crowd like that, and because of her past, because of her mental health and stuff, something like that, and she's not great around when fans are like around her or something with a big group or stuff. So that's why Bailey came over to her and tried to get her to calm down and stuff. So that's why she tried pulling her on the side to calm her down, I think. And that fan just literally followed them, and that's when Bailey says, "Get out of here, dude." And that's when CM Punk just knocked the phone out of his hand.
Knocked the phone out of his hand.
And
and I guess the fan wants an apology from then. The fan wanted the apology from Punk for knocking the.
Yeah, and but the thing is, Punk shouldn't be apologizing to the fan. I think the fan should apologize to the wrestlers.
Yes, and here's why. Not that there is a side. I don't want to like tackle this like I'm trying to cause a division amongst anybody. You all can do what you want to do, right? Just be sure to make good choices and do your thing. However, in this scenario, I kind of side with Punk here, and I side with Bailey and AJ Lee for this reason. Because Bailey and AJ Lee felt uncomfortable by this fan, then I don't think any of them should issue an apology. I feel that CM Punk did nothing wrong. I feel that if that was my wife, or if that was Jen, and I saw that she felt uncomfortable by something, obviously you stand up for them.
Yep.
I would tell the person to back away. Would I have slapped the phone out of the person's hands? Well, it all depends on the context. I'm assuming that this fan, since he was recording all of this, I'm sure something came up that was leaning towards inappropriateness. And at that point, obviously, if anything's inappropriate, absolutely, I would knock the phone out of the person's hand.
Right.
And honestly, that is kind of I wouldn't say it's the right thing to do, but I would also say that it's probably in this circumstances, I think it was the adult thing to do, if that makes sense. Because it's just protecting his wife and his friend. Like, if that were any of us, I feel like we would do something similar. So obviously, if this fan is looking for any type of apology, I don't think he's gonna get it anytime soon, at least.
And he said he wanted a handshake as well. Like, no, you're not gonna get either one of them.
I don't know if he's watching this, but even if he is, I don't really care. That fan is lucky that nothing else happened.
Like CM Punk went to knock him out.
Knocking him out, something. Because honestly, that easily could have led to that. If he progressed further after that, like, he's lucky CM Punk didn't knock him out.
Like I said I know this is a separate podcast we're talking about here. I said this in my podcast without you in this week.
Mm-hmm.
I said that literally these wrestlers are human beings. They want their own space. You can't be... Yes, they're at a hotel. They're probably wanting to go to their hotel room. And all these people are invading their privacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I led the start of this, I wanted to lead with that because it's like... Yeah, there are some wrestlers who are okay with meeting someone on the street. If you're walking down, if they're out for a walk and you're out for a walk at the same time and you cross paths, sure, wave hi, say hello, whatever.
Right, and you might get a lucky photo or...
You might get a lucky photo, you might not, but that should fall on the wrestler.
No.
Not on the fan, because the wrestler is his own person and they have their own life. So
and that's when the fans goes, I met this wrestler and I said hi and he turned me down because I didn't get a photo or an autograph, because they don't want to, like, you're meeting them in public. You're not gonna like, for example, I know you weren't there at the time. I put this in in the podcast that I met the New Day in person, right?
Yeah.
And even you can ask Immortal Spades. He met the New Day at Denny's, and I wanted a photo with the New Day. They said no, and guess what? I moved on, and was I butthurt about it? Of course I was, but I moved on. I'm not even butthurt about it anymore.
Yeah, like. Here's the thing. That's called growing up. That's called, like, you weren't taking it, oh, the New Day are horrible people because they denied me for a photo. Like, it's their life. If they want to eat their food at Denny's, they should be allowed to eat their food at Denny's.
Yep.
It should be up to them. It shouldn't be up to you as a fan.
It's like, if they say, yeah, maybe after,
maybe after we eat, sure. If it's like during the,
well,
that's
they
why
weren't really eating.
I wanted to start this saying that professional wrestlers are their own person.
Right. But you'll probably be like, were they eating? No, they weren't, actually. They were, like, sitting and talking and stuff. But they'll be like, you guys will be like, well, that should have been fine for them to take a... That's really up to them.
Maybe they were talking about something that happened in their personal life, and they didn't want many people to know about it.
Right. That's up to them if they want to take a photo with you or not. So, like I said, I was upset, but not anymore. I moved on. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You guys probably were like, we want the photos. Like, guess what? If you don't believe me, here's a video of me meeting Rey Mysterio. I actually met Rey Mysterio with a mask on. Where you guys go?
Excited? Yep. You're right. I have a question. I have a YouTube channel and a lot of people are asking me that I'm trying to be like you. But do I have an ask like you?
Nothing compared.
I keep telling them, I do wrestling news and wrestling talk show.
Even if you did look at me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They keep saying that I'm trying to be like you, and I'm like, yeah.
That's all good, man.
Yeah, if they want to do meet and greets, yeah, that's one thing. If you're walking down the street and you happen to run into somebody and they said, hey, do you want to take a photo? Sure, if that's the dialogue. But like, if they say no, they say, if you ask them for a photo and they say nah, not right now, then they should have that right as well. They should be allowed to live their own life peacefully, not without people meeting them at the airport. Or, I got word that Roman Reigns is gonna be in our hotel tonight at 8:45 on the dot.
Let's go meet him.
Let's go to that hotel right now. At that point, you should if you are taking that to that point, then I feel like that should be grounds for stalking. Or like
Exactly.
if you're meeting them at the airport, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the airport now. These are gonna be WWE flight 895 is going to be. I don't know. I'm making stuff up, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
You like all that. They should be like Rhea Ripley has said it numerous times. I know Becky Lynch has said it. I'm pretty sure Punk also has said it on social media. Like we are real. Like we don't want you to meet us at the airport.
Right.
We were at the airport to go to the arena.
Or to go home.
Or to go home. We're not there so that you guys can get selfies and everything else. And those are what meet and greets are for.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying in the podcast as well. If you really want to, oh well, we can't afford to meet and greet, then oh well, tough shit. At least you got to see that person. If you're actually at the airport, not to be a stalker or anything, you're actually being able to go fly to another country or another state or whatever. You happen to run into that wrestler or famous person, at least you saw that person. Oh, people don't believe you? Oh well, at least you know you got to see that person in real life. And if
the only reason I didn't go to the Matt Riddle meet and greet that was like right up the street from me. The only reason I didn't go to that one last year is because I was working.
And I was
working.
I was like hesitant about it.
The only reason why is like I was working, so I couldn't make the meet and greet. And I didn't feel like calling in late for work, saying, hey, I'm gonna be a little late because blah blah because of the meet and greet. Like it wasn't urgent enough for me to want to do that. So
right.
But if there's another meet and greet and it's somebody else, then sure. But
literally, there's a Springfield. They usually have meet and greets. A whole bunch of celebrities, wrestlers, and stuff. I got to meet the Hardy Boys there. I got to meet Doink the Clown, Lince Dorado, and a whole bunch of other wrestlers there.
This is just whatever. I'm just sick of these assholes thinking that they can thinking that they can interfere with another person's private life just because they're a famous name. Like that's what meet and greets are for. If you see a wrestler down the street and they allow you to go over, sure, but 99% of them won't do that, and you have to respect their choices.
Yep.
You have to respect that, because anything else, it's like, that's just weird.
Right.
I feel weird even talking about this, honestly. Honestly, I feel weird just even talking about this. Because we shouldn't have to talk
because
about
what if we actually ran into them in a person? Like, these guys are listening, right? They actually run into us. Would we turn down? Depends on what's going on.
Depends on who it is, depends on what's going on.
But if we turn you guys down, it's because we're probably on our way to gotta go do something. We have a time crunch.
I'm pretty much good with, I'm pretty much good with whatever, but obviously if I'm in a pinch to go somewhere urgent, I'm not gonna stop I'm not gonna take more time to get to where I need to be. So
right.
There's a gray area here. I'm pretty sure, I feel like I shouldn't have to talk about this. It's sad that we even have to bring this up because it should be common sense at this point. Hey, whatever.
Well, let us know in the comments below how you guys feel about this topic. Do you agree with us, or not, or whatever? How do you guys feel? Let us know in the comments. Our next topic is TKO fucking up WWE, especially taking full charge of the creative team.
Ooh, okay. Do you want me to go first on this one, or?
Yeah, go ahead, actually, because I want to hear what you think.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a headphone warning in this segment. So, it's not going to be for me. I'm going to just say something I'm not going to go off the rails, but I'm pretty sure that Unstoppable might have a crash out in this
Not really.
segment. No? Okay. I was just being safe. I wanted to let the audience know, because sometimes you go a little off the rails. Is TKO fucking up? We've done this podcast since last September.
Yep.
Okay. Last September was our first episode of this podcast. And I feel like we have brought up TKO at least once every other episode, pretty sure. Or it feels like it was every other episode because there's a lot of stupid shit that TKO does. And there was a lot of stupid shit that WWE has done. But I'll give them this. I feel like the only positive in this is that they are giving WWE more money. For them as the business side of it, I feel like the positive for this is that they are giving them money, and it's obviously gonna last a bit, because whether we like to admit it or not, they couldn't be, I don't have the exact numbers about anything. I'm pretty sure they weren't making a whole lot of money through Peacock and the WWE network after a bit. And all of their audience was there. They weren't really making that much more money because they already had everybody. So I guess from that segment, they are kind of like doing a good to get them more. But as far as what they're doing on the product itself, like, oh my god, it feels like I can't even follow most of the storylines anymore. And especially with a couple of the releases, which I will get to in that part of the video, because there are two in particular that really got to me because they were part of storylines. However, it feels like SmackDown, the addition of the third hour is completely, well, I wouldn't say it's completely unwatchable, but it's getting really close to being unwatchable because there's a lot of filler stuff. It feels like there's like 4 matches every episode, but since it's a 3-hour episode now, it feels like there's more filler in SmackDown now.
You said about the third hour. I just saw this on Facebook earlier today. I think this morning, as of this recording, I saw something on Facebook saying that they might be moving back to a 2-hour SmackDown, starting in a couple weeks or next week or something. Something like that.
Please do everything. If there is a God, please let that be true. When SmackDown was 2 hours, it felt like everything was must watch. It felt like there was more, like, not must watch, but everything had an impact, some sort of reason for me to keep watching. Not like, oh, we're gonna announce a main event right now, and then you have to wait through 2 hours worth of either matches that don't make sense or matches that could be very good, but they're too far apart from one another, so it doesn't flow like it should. I feel like if they go back to 2 hours, that please let that be true. 2.5 hours on Raw is better because of the 3-hour not being a thing anymore.
Right.
And they're on Netflix, so if they have a short card, they can basically go to whenever. They have full control over that. But the TV deal for SmackDown, oh boy, it's I wouldn't say it's completely unwatchable because there are still good things on it. It feels like nowadays, third hour and the first hour are the only hours that really have anything, and it's that middle one that's kind of killer, or Nick Aldis, I have a problem. You want to take that? You want to solve that in the ring? Sure. Let's make a match next week. It's why are we waiting till next week? Why can it be now?
Oh, because we already got this already booked for this week and blah blah. Then why bring it up in the first place for next week? Why don't you bring it up next week?
Or have the graphic. Do a graphic. Have Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett just put the graphic on the screen.
Saying, oh, this was announced backstage off camera that this will be happening next week. But we'll follow up with you guys next week on Raw or SmackDown or NXT or whatever show it is on.
Exactly. I feel like there's a better way of doing what they're doing.
Right. It could be like a, what did they call it? Like a teaser. Remember what they did with on The Walking Dead? They teased it and then they waited until the next season.
A cliffhanger.
Yeah, that it would be like a cliffhanger. Say, oh, this is blah blah blah. We'll show you what happened next week. Why it's going to be into a match next week.
Exactly. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, I don't know, man.
Do something that would make sense. And then with the WWE, TKO, with the ticket prices, we talked about here a lot on this channel in the beginning of this show.
Oh my god. Ticket prices for pay-per-views in general, it's like...
In regular shows on, like, Raw or SmackDown, I heard the ticket prices are like $600 for a nosebleed seat.
Well, I guess it all depends on where you go, because my buddy... Who's in our group chat? He went to the SmackDown in Boston or Raw in Boston. I forget which one. It was one of them before, like, it was like last month, like in March. And they said they were like $75 or something. It was, which doesn't seem that bad, but of course, maybe it could be the stadium. Because the one, I know it was in Boston. Like, I guess the TV Garden show wasn't really that bad. No, it was Raw, because it was when Roman Reigns, during Roman Reigns and CM Punk, like when Roman put Punk through the table in Boston, he was at that episode, and he said the ticket prices for that weren't that bad. But my God, if you're going to any pay-per-view nowadays, you're spending easily at minimum $300. You're spending at minimum price that you could use for a number of different things, like rent, like groceries.
Car payments,
something like that.
Medical bills and blah blah blah, etc.
Yeah, you get the point. Yeah, my God, you're spending easily like $300 now for pay-per-views. Another thing, the ticket prices are up. Stuff just kind of happens on both Raw and SmackDown that don't make sense. And I guess when on the topic of WrestleMania, TKO is trying to take the credit for booking night 2 because it was way better than night 1 from the fans' perspective. And the president of TKO came up and said, "We have full control of the creative booking. So yes, WWE did the stories, but we also own WWE, so we are in fact the ones you should be thanking."
Yes.
Don't fuck yourselves. Like, honestly.
We have full say of all of them.
Okay, so did they have full say of they didn't want us talking about wrestling? Because I don't know if you saw it, but ESPN barred a wrestling insider from even giving a grade anymore.
Yep.
And so they completely banned him from the stream. They completely banned him from doing anything.
Yeah.
And neither ESPN or WWE was willing to bite the bullet and say which one it was. It was totally WWE, because TKO are a bunch of fucking assholes, by the way.
Oh,
it was
really?
totally WWE. Like, come on, man. Wrestling opinions are subjective, people. Everything we say is just our opinion. So
they don't like our opinions.
Hilarious. I find it hilarious when corporate executives get on their high horse and say, you shouldn't give us a rating of a C. How dare you? Bro, we're just people. And I go back to what I said on whatever episode it was when Nick Khan was telling that we don't care what our fans think of our product. Whatever podcast episode that was. Because my retort is always, okay, TKO, WWE, would you care if we constantly praised you?
No.
Do you really care that much if we constantly gave you credit? If we constantly were like, yes, WWE's doing such a great job. Look at the great show that we got over the weekend. It was phenomenal. Peak wrestling enjoyment. I got everything I asked for. Of course course not. Of course you wouldn't care.
Nope.
You only care when people talk bad about you because all you see is the money. All you see is money. All you see is a bunch of losers. Like, oh, they said we suck. Well, they can go fuck themselves. Well, it's just unbelievable, man. Like, I love when corporate executives do that because it's always, oh, really? Well, here's a list of things that you wouldn't care about if we constantly gave you praise. Yeah, TKO is a wild company, man. And are they fucking up? Yes, they are, because everything got infinitely times worse. And I'm going to end this little rant with this. You know TKO is fucking up when the fans are wanting Vince McMahon back.
Yep. And there's a lot of things on Facebook. All I see is Vince McMahon. We want Vince back. We want this back. Because the last topic we're gonna be talking about is about WWE releases. This is going to go for Vince McMahon here.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I can't count the number of times, like whether it was on one of our shows that we did, whether it was out in real life, whether it was in like conversation with Jen, a conversation with Landy, or whoever it was. And one thing that we all unanimously agreed on up until recently, because this is why I brought it up now, because when it relates to TKO, everything for a while it was, yeah, Triple H is spotty, but it's way better than Vince. Way better than Vince. Well, and then Vince McMahon gets the lawsuit, and we're not going to talk about it here because that's not what this show is about. When that came out, we're all like, whoa, okay, stay as far away from this guy as possible. That was the collective, the vast majority of opinion. That was what it was. You were all like, okay, Triple H might have his moments where he could make a dumb booking decision, but at least he's not doing what Vince was doing. Recently, TKO is bad when they kind of just threw all of that out the window now. Because all I'm seeing for the past month and a half or so is from people who are saying, no, Vince McMahon should get with Saudi Arabia government, and they should go back to Stamford, Connecticut, and put in a bill to buy the WWE back. Are you fucking insane? And here's the thing. I might be insane too, because I completely agree. Because honestly, Stoppable, I'm about as anti-Vince as it got on this podcast. And back to when we were doing our wrestling talk and wrestling news and whatever. Right. Whenever you bring up Vince McMahon, you and I in Immortal Spades, we all collectively agreed, what the fuck is, we should all get away from Vince McMahon. Well, now, all of the people that wanted Vince McMahon gone, including me, there's a small part of all of our brains that going, are we insane that we actually want Vince back?
Yeah, when he does, I bet you, once Vince comes back, if we want Vince back, I guarantee, we wish that Vince never came back. Make up your damn minds!
Exactly! I might be the most anti-Vince person on this podcast now, because I've seen what TKO is doing to WWE, and I've seen all of the negatives, that nothing but corporate greed, it's nothing it's fuck the fans, we want money. It's stupid storyline. Let's throw Seth freaking Rollins into a WrestleMania match with not Braun Breaker, not Roman Reigns, not Logan Paul, not any of the Vision. Let's throw him in a match with fucking Gunther.
Because that makes no sense.
What the fuck what do they have against each other? You tell me.
The thing is, here's the thing is, Rey Mysterio didn't want to wrestle Gunther because Rey Mysterio wants to retire against his own son. So we can't have that. Now Brock Lesnar doesn't want to retire by Gunther, so we can't have that now. It's What the fuck?
It's like, and I'm Brock Lesnar. Didn't TKO make a statement a while back to saying he was blacklisted? And then like a month or so, and then a month or so after that, he came back.
Yeah, because I think
we discussed it.
I think so. Yeah.
I think we discussed it. I'm not sure if it was on this podcast or off. I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about that. Pretty sure that conversation happened between us.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, I'm pretty sure he was blacklisted. Then, like, a month or so after, oh, Brock Lesnar's back. And it's like, what? Like, okay, you're inserting Brock. Okay, I'm glad he's back. Like, he's definitely going to make you guys some money because everyone loves seeing Brock Lesnar. But like,
speaking of making money, right? With these celebrities being thrown in there.
Oh my God, Jelly Roll, Logan Paul. He doesn't want to admit it that he's a celebrity, but I'm going to put him in this because he was a well-known YouTuber / streamer, or he came to WWE, so he counts too. There's Jelly Roll, which I already said. I Show Speed. I think Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis Scott.
That whatever that guy is with Trick Williams.
Oh, Lil Yachty.
Yeah, that guy.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny was there with Vince McMahon in charge. Bad Bunny
was around before TKO though.
Yeah.
No, he was obviously there. The point is, there's a lot of.
I'll say is that WWE, Vince McMahon allowed a few of the celebrities in, like. Say, remember when they did these celebrities can control the Raw bookings for a day or whatever?
I think so, yeah.
When Donald Trump took over for a day or so?
I think I do.
Vince McMahon was doing that in the first place. Where is all these fans complaining about that?
Exactly. It's all gone because TKO is fucking everything up.
Right.
So it's like, we wouldn't care if celebrities came by if they helped the product. Like Bad Bunny, actually, there was story with him, and it's kind of the same with Logan Paul, kind of, because he is an active wrestler. There was story with them. I don't think they understand, like, we don't care who these people are as long as we know why they're there.
Right.
Lil Yachty could be Trick Williams' manager, okay? So is this going to be a one-off thing, or is there a story there?
It seems like it's going to be a story where he might turn on Lil Yachty.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Isn't the best thing of Trick Williams his mic skills? Trick Williams is absolutely amazing on the microphone. He's like his promos are some of the best of this generation of NXT call-ups, or the last generation of NXT call-ups, or whatever group you want to put him in. I tell you what, you can say what you want about his results, but man, the dude can cut a promo. He definitely can talk the talk. Sometimes he doesn't back it up in the ring, but he did at WrestleMania, so good for him. But on the topic of Lil Yachty, like, I guess I'm like, okay, fine. Like, he's just gonna turn on him.
They did kind of have a story going on with Pat McAfee. The fans were booing.
Oh, I completely forgot about McAfee.
The fans were booing. They were going to have a storyline, so Pat McAfee decided not to continue going on with it, so he opted out of the storyline.
I'm going to save this for the releases because I saw something on that it may or may not be true, but I thought was interesting. So you guys know about Pat McAfee was Randy's manager
for a couple days.
For a couple days, right? You guys know that, right? They had the WrestleMania match. I was gonna save this to the releases, but I could bring it up. I'll bring it up now because why not? We're on this topic. So I'm not sure if this is true or not. It could be circumstantial, but apparently Pat McAfee was a last-minute addition to it. You know who it was supposed to be?
Who?
Aleister Black. They were supposed to have a thing with Randy and Aleister at WrestleMania, and he was going to help Randy win the belt from Cody.
I wonder why they had to change it.
And, well, I'm bringing this up now because, well, they went with McAfee, took Aleister and Zelina out, and then just released Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. So it's like, what are they, like that is so much more interesting.
Potential, too.
And so much more, like, the potential of the story there. Like, okay, these are interesting. This is interesting. Again, I'm not sure if it's 100% true or not, but it's just something I read on Facebook the other day. I thought it was interesting. And, yeah, it's just, like, I just thought that was interesting.
We're going to talk about that here in a bit, about why they are releasing people, but...
Alright, but I think we can end this segment.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, like, what do you guys think about TKO and on anything we discussed on this
So far.
We
might get down to the road talking about this shit again down the road next.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
I don't
the
think
next
it's the
6
last
months.
time we're going. Yeah, I don't think this is the last time we're going to bring that up.
All right. Our next topic is, second to last topic is WWE call-ups.
Alrighty. So if you guys were watching Monday Night Raw, Sol Ruca and Ethan Page are on Monday Night Raw. Joe Hendry debuts on Raw next Monday.
Which is already, guys, as you guys are listening or watching this, it's already happened. He's already on Raw, and he's at his concert.
It's gonna be tomorrow, and so we might bring that up on the next episode of the podcast.
I have a feeling someone's going to interfere Joe Hendry's concert.
Probably. So Joe Hendry is on Raw. So the Raw call-ups are Sol Ruca, Ethan Page, and Joe Hendry. On SmackDown, if you guys were watching 2 nights ago, Friday, you would have saw the Fatal Influence. JC Jane, Alan Henley, and I forget the other one.
I don't know her name.
But I forget, the other one is kind of slipping my memory. Hold on. So, JC Jane, Alan Henley, and Laney Reed is the other one.
Okay.
So you guys would have seen them. They had a match for, I believe, with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, and there was
they got disqualified, and they're now in a long-term story with Rhea Ripley. Ricky next Friday, which at the time of next Friday comes Ricky Saints. He will be on SmackDown, and Blake Monroe is coming up very soon. It just says coming soon, so that might happen.
She might be on SmackDown.
No, it is. She is going to be on SmackDown.
Okay, I said this in the podcast, is I would love to see Tiffany Stratton versus Blake Monroe.
Exact date of debut is unknown, but she's coming soon. So the Raw call-ups are Sol Ruca, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, and Fatal Influence, Blake Monroe, and Ricky Saints are all on SmackDown. And that concludes the list of names coming to WWE. My thoughts on them real quick. I like them all. I think they're... The one thing I find funny about Joe Hendry being on Raw is that he doesn't really have any red gear.
Alright, he has blue.
So I would have thought he would be on SmackDown.
I mean, they did that with AJ Styles, too.
AJ Styles also had red gear. It just got sold out, and because it was so popular that it sold out like really quick. Blake Monroe and Ethan Page and Sol Ruca, I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with all of them. I like Ethan Page. I always thought he had main roster capabilities. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. So I feel like he's a solid addition. And Sol Ruca, well, my thoughts on her is it's about damn time, because I feel like Sol Ruca and even the NXT Women's Champion now, Lola Vice, I feel like they should have been called up ages ago.
Yep.
But I'm glad to see that Lola Vice is getting a title reign, and same thing with Tony D'Angelo. I'm sure at some point, maybe next year, those two will be called up to Raw and SmackDown. So
I feel like maybe after SummerSlam, maybe.
Yeah. As far as Joe Hendry, like, obviously Joe Hendry's the biggest name in wrestling at this point, and the ceiling is literally like sky high, right? I have like all the confidence in the world that Joe Hendry's going to be absolutely huge. He's over with the fans. He's over in the ring. He's just a good gimmick, and you know it's him when he comes out. You know it's Joe Hendry. So I feel like those three are perfect on the main roster. As for Fatal Influence, I think they have huge potential, all three. Say what you want, but JC Jane is a former two-time NXT Women's Champion. She's also a TNA World Champion, Knockout Champion. She's also a North American Champion. Say what you want about them, and Fallon Henley, I believe, is a Speed Champion, which I have my own thoughts on the Speed division. I think it's an absolute joke, but it doesn't take away from her. I think they have like huge potential. And Ricky Saints, same thing with Ethan Page and Sol Ruca. I feel like it's about time that he comes, and it didn't take long for him to come up on the main roster either. Yeah. And Blake Monroe, obviously, she's going to be big.
That one, I have a big problem. I think it's too soon for Blake Monroe to be called up.
Okay.
Same with Ethan Page and Ricky Saints and a little bit of Joe Hendry, because they just got into WWE. They should be down there for a little longer. Like, the ones that have been in the company the longest should be moved up. Yes, I get that they are not ready to be main evented onto the main roster and shit, but they've been on the roster of NXT for the longest time. They gotta be moved up or something. If they're not ready, just get rid of them. Like Thea Hill, what the frick?
Yeah, Tatum Paxley. Yeah, I see that point. Even Tony D'Angelo has been down there a while.
Yep.
I like them all. I feel like all of them are good fits on both Raw and SmackDown.
And, well, I thought Ricky Saints and Ethan Page would have been like... There was rumors, I don't know if you saw this, but there was rumors of having Ethan Page and Ricky Saints be a tag team faction with Randy Orton. I think they were going to, but I guess there's rumors saying that Randy Orton's going to be out for a little while because of his injury.
Interesting. That's interesting. And I know they kind of ended the Ricky Saints Joe Hendry feud, because I feel like they should have been called up together on the same brand, because they had some like story stuff going on between those two.
Right.
In particular.
It's the same way with Sol Ruca and Zarya. Do you think Zarya, since she attacked her on Raw, do you think Zarya is going to be called up too?
I feel like she will eventually, but I don't think she's ready.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like with Blake Monroe.
I think Sol Ruca is ready on the main roster. I feel like the only reason I say that Ethan Page is ready is because he is, you might not know this, but Ethan Page is already a former NXT champion. He's a TNA mixed tag team champion with Chelsea Green. He's a
Triple A.
former Triple A, not TNA, it was Triple A. And he's also a former two-time North American champion. And he's good on the mic. He's got a good character. He's good and he's always been great in the ring.
Yeah.
So, and I've followed Ethan Page's career for a bit. So I've always seen the potential for him. I'm just glad he's finally getting his chance on the main roster to prove that he does belong in WWE. So for me, that might be my personal bias towards him, but I do believe that all these guys are ready. But Sol Ruca, it's about damn time.
And also with Blake Monroe, they didn't use her much in NXT.
No, it's gonna be
It's like with Jade Cargill, they haven't used her either.
I feel like there's going to be another Julia case where Julia wasn't in NXT that long either. And Stephanie Vaquer wasn't in NXT that long. Stephanie Vaquer has done far more than Julia. Ever since Julia came up, it's like, I don't know what they're doing with her.
Yeah, they made her lose the title again.
And this might be a hot take, everyone, but I was never a fan of Blake Monroe. Personally, I don't know what it is about her. She's good. She's good in the ring, but I guess she has a good character, but I don't know. There's something there's just something about her specifically that rubs me the wrong way about her. But I can't lie, I guess she has talent, but I don't know, I've never been sold on Blake Monroe either.
Same. Alright, well, let us know in the comments below how you guys feel about the call-ups. Do you think that some of these should have been not called up? Do you think some of them deserve to be still down there? And do you think that any of the ones that have been on NXT roster for the longest time should have been called up? Let us know in the comments. Last but not least, our last topic of the day, we have WWE releases.
I always hate when these happen.
Yeah, and apparently before we go on and say who got cut, there's rumors are saying this is, according to sources, that these are budget cuts. Want to name off the people, or do you want me to?
Sure, because a multi-billion-dollar company needs that much of budget cuts, right?
Yeah, because the owner of TKO needs more the money than anyone else, apparently.
This is a fucking joke. So before we dive in, as to who got cut into where they might be going, or like, are they ever going to come back? Are they going to be wrestling again? Could they be back in before we jump into all of that, let me just say this, and I'm going to echo like something I said from a previous topic. These are all real people here. The characters on screen, they might be fake. The storylines that they are part of, yes, they're scripted, but they're all people at the end of the day. You never want to see a person lose their job, their way of, all of that. You never want to see it. So before we dive in real quick, I just want to send my thoughts to it with every single person that has been released. I feel like they're all talented. They're all going to make their own path. And I believe some of these might be back in WWE in the foreseeable, like the distant future. Yeah, I feel like these are all real people at the end of the day, so you never really want to see that. You have anything to say before we dive in?
No, not yet.
Alright, so let's get to this. So the released superstars are Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Motor City Machine Guns, Dexter Loomis, Apollo Crews, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Andre Chase, Zoe Stark, Alba Fire, Kyra May Steele, Serena Linton, Tyson, Tyreek, Chris Island, Malik Blade, Trill London, and Luca Crucifino. I'm assuming like a bunch of the later people were either on NXT or at the Performance Center.
Some of them came from LFG, apparently.
Okay.
So there's like there's two names that came from LFG, apparently, that I saw. They said.
Okay. So I feel like I'm going to tell you. Okay, so the things that makes that there's only like one here that makes sense. And there was one other dude, Dante Chen, I believe his name was. He's not here, but he was also released.
I have him on my list.
So I believe it's Dante Chen. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. The only ones that kind of make sense to me were Apollo Crews, who I didn't even know was in WWE still.
He dodged a lot of releases, apparently, over the years.
Really?
Yep, that's what I was seeing.
Interesting.
And he should have been released a long time ago. Obviously, WWE didn't release him. They kept him on the roster for what?
Probably because they liked him as a person. Probably because they liked him. So, like, because they liked him, they gave him chance after chance to do something. He hasn't done much on the main roster since his call-up, and even since COVID. Like, there was that point during COVID where he was getting pushed, but ever since, he kind of just fallen off. I thought he wasn't in I didn't know he was still in WWE until he was with Matt Cardona, and even then, that was only one on-screen appearance, I believe. Ever since, he's just not been around. So I didn't think he was still with the company. That one kind of made sense for me. The other one was Dante Chen, because I literally don't know who that is.
I did. I think I seen him before, and they just haven't used him that much. It's just like with Andre Chase. They stopped using Andre Chase.
Yeah. I mean, they were using him a little bit, like, recently, but I was sad about Andre Chase, too. The other one but the last one here that made sense for me was Zoe Stark.
Yep.
Because literally, she hasn't done anything in like a year and a half.
Only reason why is because I'm gonna say is that she has been injured.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
She has been injury prone lately, so maybe it was time for her to be released and so on. I feel like maybe Zoe Stark should have maybe been released like last year along with Apollo Crews, but Zoe Stark, I didn't see much potential with her after her injury.
Yeah, after that, because she was pushed, like after she got called up, she was pushed, but she hasn't done, and it makes sense that she was injured, because I haven't seen her on TV in a solid year and a half, so I wasn't really surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
Alba Fire made me sad, because I like her. I feel like she has huge potential. They just haven't been booking her right.
Yep, and Chelsea Green did say that they didn't show her so much of Kylie Ray, or whatever her real name was.
Yeah, Alba Fire, yeah. Yeah, I feel like when she was Kaylee Ray in NXT UK, oh my god, unstoppable. Like, when she was on NXT UK, she was one of the most badass people on there, and I was like, okay, this girl is gonna win a lot. And she hasn't done anything on the main roster. It really pissed me off. And the last one that kind of made sense, but I am also sad about, is Luca Crucifino. I am kind of sad about that one as well, because I liked how they used him in the Tony D'Angelo family. I thought they were gonna like eventually bring him back into Tony's storyline with the Dark State, but apparently they had other plans. Seeing anyone lose their jobs, but those ones I wasn't really too surprised about. But then, if you told me at the beginning of the year, especially after they were booking this faction for a solid 6 months, if you told me at the start of the year, even at the Royal Rumble, even just before WrestleMania, the Motor City Machine Guns, who you literally just signed not even a year ago, Kairi Sane, who was also in a long-term storyline, those two really got me, because they were in the middle of long-term storylines. Like Kairi Sane, wasn't that long ago where on this podcast where we thought Kairi Sane was eventually going to break away from Asuka.
And you know what? We did call that, and also not just that, thought she would have done it with Rhea Ripley, though, too.
Yeah, we thought Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Kairi were all going to form like a thing, like, with each other.
Yep. And now
I remember talking about that.
Now, do you see on social media saying hashtag we want Kyrie?
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. And it's a good thing you brought that up, because Jackie Redmond posted a tweet saying, we want Kyrie, we want Kyrie, we want Kyrie. And WWE told her to take it down.
I thought I saw that earlier, and then all of a sudden Facebook just deleted it.
Yeah. Yeah, because WWE told her to take it down. I would have said, no, I'm leaving it up.
And you are released too. Well, then
I
good
don't care.
for you.
It's fine. Release me. But I wouldn't have
Then why
deleted
release?
that.
Then why release Kyrie? The thing is, why release someone if you're just in the middle of a fucking storyline with someone?
Exactly. It makes no fucking
Release
sense.
someone that you're not fucking using.
Yeah. People like Apollo Crews, people like Andre Chase even, and like Zoe Stark and Alba Fire, and like, you know, those people,
I guarantee we probably find a list on Wikipedia and find out who could be on that roster that they haven't even fucking used in years still, and they're still on a roster that can be released.
You know, that's an interesting topic. For a future podcast, we should do a little game. We should do a little game of keep or sell.
You know what?
That's a good idea.
Next week podcast, we'll do a wrestling talk subject again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that, because I guarantee you there's gonna be people on that list who are like, they're still with the company. But anyways, another one that pissed me off was Aleister Black and Zelina, because once again, you somehow fumble Aleister Black. Once again, he's probably on his way to AEW.
But hold on. Actually, there's some stars in AEW that don't want Aleister Black anymore, because apparently, I guess they were saying that they don't like him. He's complaining that he's taking. They're saying that he taking charge of something. Blah. I forgot what they said about it, but
okay.
That's what I was reading up on.
Alright, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, in my opinion, he's probably one of the most criminally underrated and underused, like, call-ups from NXT that just, for whatever reason, they just haven't used him. They haven't used him properly.
It was like, remember, they did it with Karrion Kross. They were gonna give give Aleister Black Karrion Kross's stuff.
Yeah, I kind of saw that when they had Zelina Vega into his entrance, because, like, I think I even mentioned it to you. I was like, this is very similar to Karrion Kross and Scarlett. I mean, obviously, like, they had other plans. I don't really care about Zelina Vega. Like I feel like she's talented. I think she's gonna go elsewhere. But
and did you see that Zelina said on her live stream saying that, I got nervous when I thought it would seem Stamford, Connecticut. Actually, it came up as TKO.
Appreciated if Sean Ross Sapp or whoever the fuck announced it could have at least given me the decency to, like, let me do it myself first. But when people call me, usually, or from there, it would say it would say Stanford calling you. That's when your heart's like, oh fuck. But this time it said TKO, so I was like, very telling. 5:09 p.m. is when I found out. That is the thing.
So that told you who was the ones that released the superstars. It wasn't WWE. It was more TKO.
Yeah.
Because of the budget cuts.
Well, I read that TKO informed Triple H that, okay, we have to release a lot of people, but you have to be the one to make the decision. I read that Triple H was the one who eventually, TKO forced his hand into making these decisions, and I guess he informed the talent that they were no longer with the company. That's what I read. That might be inaccurate, but that's what I read. And a lot of sources have backed that up.
Well, Zelina did say that she got a phone call from TKO, so...
Okay. But either way,
who knows what is really true? Maybe she's just
trying to cover. That's not what this podcast. That's not what this topic is about. So that's just something I read. Either way, if you would have somehow they fumbled Aleister Black. Motor City Machine Guns, they just signed last year. And they won the WWE World Tag Team Championships like in their third show or something like that, because it was their second show, because they won the qualifying match for it. Then they had 2 matches, one qualification for the final match, and then they had the final match after they had the second match. So they won the tag team championships in the second day, and I believe that's the quickest ever. I believe that's one of the quickest, they were one of the quickest tag team championships tag teams to win the tag team champion. But they're gone now, and it's like, why? Maybe they're going to retire or something, because they've been a tag team a while. So maybe it's because they're like up in age, they don't really want to use them like much longer. I don't know. But they're really good. They're one of my favorite tag teams. So I'm pissed that I'm not going to see them. And oh my God. Oh, this last one here. Oh my God. If you told me last year that we would get to WrestleMania, and then in the budget cuts, that there will no longer be the Wyatt Six in WWE, what the actual fuck is wrong with those people? Because when I saw the first one, I was like, because it kind of just came out of the blue. It was like Nikki Cross got released. And then I saw, okay, there's going to be some budget cuts. And I'm like, okay, so the Wyatt 6 are now the Wyatt 5? But
well, they were the Wyatt 5, but I think Wyatt 6 was pretty much Bray Wyatt. But
I know, but I saw that Joe Gacy and... No, it was Joe Gacy next. Then it was Bo Dallas. When I saw Bo Dallas get released, I was like, then you might as well just release Dexter and Eric Rowan too. And that's what happened afterwards.
To be honest with you, I want to see Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis stay together as a team and go to a different promotion in like TNA. It would be great as a team in TNA.
I think you should keep the entire faction together. Honestly, throw Dane. Throw Nikki Cross's husband, Killian Dane, involved. Have him with Bo Dallas, and because Dexter Lumis specifically, like I said it with Aleister Black, I said it in this segment about Aleister Black. Dexter Lumis has star all over him. That dude is one of the most talented wrestlers that I have come across in years. And I guess they all loved working together. They're all a family now. Joe Gacy and Dex, I agree with you. I think you should just keep the entire faction together.
Yeah, name them. Someone actually mentioned that, I think, was either on Facebook or on somewhere on YouTube or something, that you should keep them together, but rename them as a different name. I think it was C Wrestling that actually mentioned that, saying keep them as a group, but rename themselves as something, but like keep them as like a tribute as Bray Wyatt or something like that.
Yeah, I'm done with that. It's just crazy, man. Like I don't want anyone to get released, but like it's crazy that we're not gonna see the Wyatt 6 anymore. That just blows my mind, man, because it's like you're ruining Bray Wyatt's legacy now.
I seen something on Facebook as well that they're trying to just erase Bray Wyatt now too.
Those fucking assholes.
That's why they didn't put him in the Hall of Fame.
Those fucking assholes.
And if they're gonna try to erase Bray Wyatt, then they should erase Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas's father name too.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Bray Wyatt's done a lot for the company.
Yeah, he did.
So you're gonna erase Bray Wyatt? Yeah, go. Great. Guess what? Why don't Bo Dallas bring in his own brother's name elsewhere and make it great for him, for the different company?
Yeah, this is just crazy because something's gotta change, because you can't keep. It's like they're a multi-billion-dollar company. Like there's gotta be. They have to have some budget cuts, like because they spend too much money. So don't spend on their wrestlers. So don't hire more wrestlers.
You know what? I saw on Facebook. Oh, we need a budget. Have the budget cuts to release more wrestlers so we can have more Cody Rhodes pyro. Fuck Cody Rhodes and his pyro bullshit. Release him. You know what? They're making tons. They made tons of money. If they weren't, I understand where the budget came from because they didn't make money probably during WrestleMania because of the ticket sale. That's TKO's problem, not WWE. That's TKO. That's your problem, TKO.
They're the clowns who upped the prices and priced everybody out. He told you this was gonna happen. We're eventually gonna price people out. But you didn't want to listen to, but TKO didn't want to listen to us because we don't care what the fans are saying.
Because we only care about us.
Because we only care about us. And shortly
we know
after
what
that,
we are doing here.
They just want to make money. This is all just. It just reeks of greed. That's what this is. You can't, if someone told you that Kairi Sane was going to be released, or that the Wyatt Six was going to be released, or the Motor City Machine Guns, I would look at you. I'm like, no, they're all in storylines, and you're definitely not going to release Wyatt Six because of the thing you had about Bray Wyatt recently. Hell no, I would have laughed in your face, but here we are talking about this.
You know what?
What is wrong? What is wrong with them?
And also, one name that you forgot to mention is Santos Escobar.
Oh yes.
And Santos Escobar is being used in fucking AAA.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's being released in?
And Santos Escobar, he's one of the best fucking people that. Oh my god.
And you just rehired him.
You just got him back. What the fuck? It's like Santos Escobar has done so much with Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. Like, remember that Rey Mysterio and had the thing with Santos Escobar. How Santos turned his back on Rey, and then Dominic eventually turned on his father. But it was Santos Escobar that started the storyline to get Dom to turn heel. And he was also a former NXT Cruiserweight champion.
But the thing is, it doesn't make any sense because now is he gonna be no longer in AAA now since WWE owns AAA?
Maybe.
So
hold on, let me see. So Santos Escobar his current status with AAA is not a releasee, which means he didn't get released from AAA, but rather a wrestler who has parted ways with WWE and is free to work elsewhere. I guess.
The reason why I ask is because WWE does own AAA, I thought.
Yes, he does. Yes, they do. Apparently, he can go to I guess he can still be on AAA.
He can go elsewhere. There's rumors are saying that Lucha Underground's on its way back to TV again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, to wrap things up here, my thoughts are with everyone who got released. I don't want to see people lose their jobs and, stuff like that. Yeah, so... yeah, I guess that's all for me on this topic.
Well, let us know how you guys feel about the WWE releases. Are you pissed about a few names? And let us know in the comments. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If we missed anything, we'll put it in the next wrestling podcast next week. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next week. Petelogical will be here in person next week.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
And maybe try to get Venom Vex here as well. He's been busy lately, so... but I'll tell you...
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Anyways, let us know in the comments below how you guys feel about these topics. We know this has been long, and so yeah. I'm Unstoppable.
I'm Petelogical.
We are out. Peace.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here, and if you don't subscribe to the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.